Alright, before we jump into this week's Star Trek Discovery Season 4 episode review, we have some fantastic news to share with you all. Yes, in a surprise twist, Star Trek Discovery Season 4 is heading to international markets starting tomorrow, Friday the 26th of November. If you're in countries that have Paramount Plus but no Disco Trek on it yet, such as Mexico, Brazil, Australia and Sweden, it'll be added this Friday, November 26th to the service. That's both the season premiere, Kobayashi Maru, and episode 2 Anomaly, which we're reviewing this week. New episodes will arrive weekly, streaming every Friday. And if you're not already a subscriber, you can sign up with a 50% discount for the first 3 months with the code STARTREK, on screen right now. If you don't have Paramount Plus where you are just yet, then you can watch it free via Pluto TV, which is available in countries like the UK, Germany and France. The service does not need an account or a subscription, and there is no fee to download the app. To watch, find Pluto TV's sci-fi channel, that's channel 52, or if you're in Austria, Switzerland and Germany, the Star Trek channel. Discovery will broadcast at 9 PM your local time starting this Friday. Again, both the first 2 episodes of Season 4 will air back to back, which brings us all up to date, and there will be repeats at the same time on Saturday and Sunday. Now we know this can't have been easy to pull off and we're happy that fans have been listened to, so a thank you to ViacomCBS and Paramount Plus for recognising that we are a global fan community who want to enjoy Star Trek together. Okay, with that news out of the way, let's get on with the review. After the tragic loss of Kewijon last episode and the introduction of our big series threat of this gravimetric anomaly, how does episode 2 hold up to our first episode of this brand new season of Discovery? Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host Captain Jack and let's get right into it. The second episode of Star Trek Discovery Season 4 is called Anomaly, which funny enough is also a Star Trek Enterprise episode. It was written by Anne Kofel-Sanders and Glenn Mullins, and just like the first episode, was directed by Olatunde Osunasami. Now attention, there will be spoilers for Star Trek Discovery Season 4 Episode 2 in this review. You have been warned, turn away now and come back later. Alright, Captain Sue returns to help the USS Discovery to uncover the mystery of its unusually destructive new force. As Captain Michael Burnham leads the crew, she must also find a way to help Book cope with an unimaginable loss. Of course, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Star Trek universe. Okay, jumping into this, Stamets and Book get some really good moments in this episode, with Stamets being reminded of how helpless he was at the end of Season 3, and Book reminds him this through his experiences in losing Kewijon. It is also shown how Book is experiencing grief, loss and a mix of other emotions through his nightmare flashbacks of Kewijon's destruction, or while he can be found sitting alone in his starship. Book's nightmares and hallucinations are present throughout the episode, as he's served with constant reminders of Kewijon and his nephew. During his flight into the anomaly, Book sees dead birds, which he first saw before Kewijon was decimated. He then sees his nephew running around the ship. Now hopefully we see Book deal with this in further episodes and is not swept aside for the sake of a big plotline. Sue rejoining the Discovery crew is something many fans were looking forward to. Originally, with the character taking a leave of absence and departing Discovery as the commanding officer, many were concerned that he would not return to the show. Luckily for us he is back and on the bridge helping out the crew once again. I hope to see Sue take on a new role somewhere in the future. While he's excellent on the bridge of Discovery alongside our cast, he does have the rank of captain, so given he has that rank, you think he'd be best used elsewhere in the Starfleet. If I were to make a guess, and this is just a guess slash partial wish, it would not surprise me if we end up with a Season 4's ending seeing Mr. Sue take on command of a new starship, one that would have just rolled out of the Archer space dock, perhaps a new Enterprise? Alright, yes, I'm getting carried away with the idea once more, but maybe it was an Odyssey class. No, I'll stop. It is revealed Sue was offered command of the USS Sojourner, however Saru turned it down, informing Admiral Vance that he would return to the command chair one day, but not today. Talking about the bridge crew, it's very evident in that Season 4, much like Season 3, is taking a focus on these characters who keep the USS Discovery running. With the return of Lieutenant Commander Bryce, who gets some well-deserved screen time in this episode in helping save Mr. Book from the spatial anomaly and its dangerous gravimetric effects. During the anomaly damage scenes, we see the bridge crew working together when the damage occurs, really building up their characters more unique than they already were. The Starfleet and Federation Command Staff meeting was rather interesting. For starters, Discovery Season 4 is giving us more information about the current political affairs of the growing Federation, and how that fits in with Starfleet. Given the presence of Navarre present to Rena, it would be safe to assume that Navarre, aka formerly Vulcan, is also on course to potentially rejoin the United Federation of Planets at a later date if I were to make a guess. Tarina even offers the services of the Navarre Science Institute, specifically reminding everyone that the current threat of this anomaly calls back and reminds everyone of the burn, referencing the core mystery of Discovery Season 3. It's at this point that Admiral Vance dispatches Discovery to the anomaly for further research. President Rillick makes herself well known once again in this episode, and as I said last week, I'm already really liking this character. Actress Sheila Horsdale is doing a fantastic job in portraying a political figure in the Star Trek universe. One who appears friendly, but does seem to have her own agenda. Mark my words, all is not what it seems when it comes to this politician. This episode, as the title suggests, gives us more information about this anomaly. Quickly speaking about titles, it did take the episode over 10 minutes to get to the main title sequence for Discovery. Not sure if that's the longest a Star Trek episode has ever gone, but I almost forgot about the title sequence until the music dropped in. Anyway, back to the anomaly. First up, we're told this spatial anomaly appears to have some sort of roving binary black hole, even though as Burnham points out to the crew, they can only see one black hole. Throwing in a bunch of technobabble, it's evident that no one on Discovery, including Commander Stamets, have a clue of what's actually going on, or what they're looking at. It seems the anomaly can change direction, something which is very odd as it causes more damage to Discovery and Book's ship. The damage to Discovery is somewhat extensive, and we see the USS Discovery lose its artificial gravity generators, causing the crew to go flying around the ship. Finally, we're seeing those weird and wonderful trailer scenes we were all so perplexed about. Looking at Michael Burnham as a captain, we see her character develop further once again. She is challenged with a decision she made in the previous episode, especially taking on the blame for the death of the station personnel, who died during the rescue efforts. We also see her share some fantastic moments with Saru in this episode. These two characters' relationship is where Discovery personally shines for me. Both have not only grown into unique characters since their introduction in Season 1, but as loyal friends and companions, who really shine when they're together, especially being able to offer each in-depth advice. Also, Saru is super wise, let's be honest. Taking a moment, Burnham is installed a holodeck into a room, and the program she has running is of Lake Huron, which is a lake on the planet Vulcan, located on the cliffs of Surak. This is a present day hologram, so the location is on Navarre, but of course Burnham remembers it as Vulcan, given she was partially raised there. Lake Huron has been referenced before in Star Trek, specifically in Voyager. In 2375, Ensign Tom Paris noted that Varro's environmental systems were so advanced, they could create a little taste of home in Lieutenant Commander Tuvok's quarters, specifically noting the shores of Lake Huron during springtime. This was shown in the Voyage episode, The Disease. The AI known as Zor is properly introduced, further linking with the Star Trek short trek Calypso. Apparently the computer chose the name herself, so we can see that Zor is slowly becoming the AI that she's meant to be by the time of Calypso. This was starting to be introduced in Season 3 of Discovery, so whether we'll see more of that in Season 4 currently remains to be seen. A fantastic moment, and one that may connect with viewers, is Grey accepting their new body and researching into it with Dr. Hugh Culber. This moment here is simply fantastic for a number of reasons. For one, it actually connects with Star Trek Picard Season 1. The body for Grey is the same golem technology developed by Dr. Alton Inigo Soong, and eventually used to house Jean-Luc Picard, following his human body's brain death. The connection and crossover between these series is really cool, but also clears up the idea that not everyone can get a golem body, due to the low acceptance rate as Dr. Culber warns Grey ahead of time. Culber states that following Picard's success with the body, a number of people tried, but the success rate was so low they eventually gave up and the technology was never pursued properly. I like to personally think this technology was simply put on cold storage somewhere in Starfleet engineering, never to be seen again, just in a closet somewhere. Can we also appreciate Culber struggling to remember Picard's name? While some may think this is a slight dig against the character, we need to remember that Hugh Culber was in Starfleet before Jean-Luc Picard, and arrived centuries after Picard had long since passed. Unless he's reading up on the in-universe MemoryAlpha, I doubt he'd know much about him. There is definitely a transgender analogy here with Grey, even using words transitioning into a new body to be more me. I think this will connect with transgender fans around the world, and once again does something with the Star Trek universe is well known for, connecting with members of different communities. Star Trek Discovery has especially done wonders for the LGBTQ+ community, and it's great to see it doing it even further with this. The inclusion of Grey and Adira as characters, thus allowing us to explore non-binary as well as transgender topics of discussion, is a fantastic step forward for the Star Trek universe, truly living up to a Vulcan edict of infinite diversity and infinite combinations. Tilly has some great moments with many of her characters throughout this episode, showing us her characters developing rather well. It seems she's starting to question her place, suggesting that she is unhappy with her current posting on the Discovery. I feel like this is hinted at in the episode 1 of the series so far. I mean, she does speak to Dr. Culber, and it's like she's talking about therapy. It would be interesting to see more characters go through that and show that therapy is open to anyone and everyone. The ending of this episode does a fantastic job of showing us just how big 5 light years actually is, as this great cinematic shot pans out showing us the anomaly along with all the stars and constellations that are out there. Given the anomaly can now apparently shift directions and basically go where it wants to, we're left on a super cliffhanger moment for episode 2. Personally, I'm just hoping that this anomaly plot point is not as anticlimactic as the Burnham plotline for Discovery Season 3. While I liked how it was delivered, as a sci-fi fan, it did feel rather underwhelming at the end of the day. Either way, I'm looking forward to how this plays out. As usual, that is a wrap on our Star Trek Discovery Season 4 review. Be sure to check out our other videos on the channel all about Discovery Season 4. And as always, let us know your thoughts on this episode down below in the comment section below. Because if you're talking about Star Trek, then we want to hear about it. If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time. Live long, prosper my friends, goodbye.